These are the final moments of what Texas authorities say was a high-speed chase that ended Sunday near the town of Brackettville, about 30 miles from the U.S.-Mexico border. The Kinney County Sheriff says a Texas National Guard soldier was approaching a checkpoint and turned around to avoid authorities. The soldier has been identified as Savion Johnson. He was taken into custody and is now facing criminal charges, including smuggling of persons with a firearm, evading arrest, and unlawful carrying of a weapon. The sheriff says Johnson sped off and was pursued by deputies and troopers. The car stopped briefly at one point as an unidentified migrant got out and fled on foot. Authorities were finally able to stop Johnson along Highway 90. CNN has not been able to contact Johnson or his attorney. The Texas Military Department would not comment on the soldier's arrest. In the last 3 years, Texas Governor Greg Abbott has deployed thousands of Texas National Guard soldiers to the border region as part of a security program known as Operation Lone Star.
The efforts of the National Guard, they're working. There is a reduced number of people crossing the border.
A spokesman for the governor said if the smuggling accusations are true, that Johnson is a, quote, traitor and a criminal. For months, Texas National Guard soldiers have installed miles of razor wire and fencing along several areas of the border. That work was captured by Savion Johnson, who works as a public affairs officer in the Texas National Guard. These are some of the photos the Army specialist has captured in recent months.
This is something that we have to face as a constant reality.
Howard Campbell is an anthropologist at the University of Texas in El Paso. In several books, he's documented the historically gritty world that exists along the border.
A lot of your work has taken you in to meet a lot of these people in these criminal organizations along the border. How do they operate?
Inevitably, there's an opportunity for people that are parts of criminal organizations in Mexico or in the United States to have contact informally or even in a formal context with law enforcement officials. So it's just a question of figuring out who's maybe a weak link in the chain of U.S. law enforcement.
The arrest of Savion Johnson is at least the third time in the last 3 years that a U.S. service member has been charged with smuggling migrants. Ed Lavandera, CNN, Dallas.